they actually returned back to idol worship.
Yeah.
Right there that they tell us, the media tells us that Saudi Arabia, they are the leaders of the Muslim world, right? They're not my leaders, but I mean, that's what they're telling everybody. And some of the things that they're involved in, I mean, is unbelievable. Like one of the sisters was saying yesterday, I heard her say, which is true, they live over there, and they have never made Hajj. They don't have no desire to make Hajj. See, we think it, and all of, look, the whole of Saudi Arabia is not Mecca and Medina now.
That's right.
They got a lot of cities over there. Huh? And there's a whole lot going on. I remember Imam Ali Rashid, may Allah forgive him his sins, ran to paradise. He said, that Michael Jackson is a bad little something. He said, when I got off the plane in Jeddah, the first thing I heard was, doom, doom, doom. Billie Jean is not my lover. He said, that man, and see, our culture is pervasive. It's all over. The culture, one of the brothers was talking about that racist culture infecting the whole world. We think it's just over here with the white men, but they have taken that on too, and taken on the negative aspects of the culture. That lifestyles of the rich and famous culture. They riding up and down out there in the desert with, you know, $150,000 cars, you know. They ain't got nowhere to go, but they got the money, so they buying all these cars, riding up and down in the sand. And I was in the suburb of Medina, and walking down the street past a department store, and they had a window, and in the window that you can see from the street, they had a mannequin of a female. They didn't have any head. They had no head showing like they might have here, but they had a torso of a female with a mini skirt on. I said, wow, that's interesting. Now they're supposed to be the strictest people in the world, right? So according to them, most conservative. So I say, I asked the sister, I say, who they selling that to? She said, who you think they selling it to? They selling it to the sisters. I said, well, who's wearing it? She said, they wear it. They wear it at home for their husbands. They call it house dresses.
Yeah, right.
So the same mentality about sexuality and everything. And she said, you'd be surprised what they got up under them keyboards. I said, really? She said, they got blonde wigs. See, because that Arab man, he also has been brainwashed into thinking that that is the epitome of beauty. The blonde, blue-eyed woman. He's been messed up too. Do you think it's just us? No. They can't wait to get here. To get Marilyn Monroe and somebody that look like her, right? So look how far that they've come away from common sense. And so the Imam told us to stop calling him. He said, look, he didn't say I'm not the Mujaddid. He said, don't use that language anymore because it's causing them too much problem. You know, and one of the brothers asked in a question and answer session, he said, Brother Imam, you know, I don't know how to say this, but how do I present you? I don't know how to present you. The Imam said, I had that problem myself sometimes, right? Huh? Because they get, you know, one day a brother told me, well, I was locked up many years ago, and it was a brother named Ali, and he swore he was a Shiite. He said he was a Shiite. Okay, you're a Shiite. Now I can understand an Arab coming from that history. His grandfather was a Shiite, his great-grandfather, But I can't understand a Negro from Harlem. How did he get to be a Shiite? So he was saying something to me about aloe bait. And you know, I said, look, Ali, I said, man, look, I don't have no problem, you know, you can think any way you want to think, you know. I said, but I don't believe that stuff. And he said, by Allah, you will believe it. You know, he said, one day. So I said, okay, man, you know. I said, I'll see you later. So he came back the next day. I put him out. I said, time for you to go. So the next day he came back, and I was fixing some food for him. And he said, why do y'all worship W.D. Muhammad? I said, Ali, he said, I know. Get out. I said, now you saying I'm not a Muslim. Now you really going overboard. But you know, we were blessed to have someone. See, we think that the Imam was saying things just from himself. Right. The Imam was strictly adhering to the Sunnah of Muhammad the Prophet. Right. Now he may have used psychology, he may have used language because he know us. Right. He know what, you know, like they use little different psychological ploys to get children to do things, right, that they wouldn't ordinarily do. You know, you see them, there was a commercial one time where they taking the cereal and they tried to eat. I don't want to eat. I don't want nothing to eat. And they act like it's an airplane. Open up. Yeah. So I got you to eat. I got you. So he know, the man said, I know you. I'm more you than you are you. I know you. I know your motivations. I know what gets you going. Right. I know what blocks you and what stops you. Right. I'm from the same circumstances that you are from. Right. So alhamdulillah, we have a lot to overcome in terms, like I was saying, people study us and they know what our sensitivities are. That's right. They know our sensitivities. That's right. So if they use the word slave, and brother, abd, it means slave. It means slave. But slave when the Africans took each other in war, and one tribe would defeat the other one, you would become the servant or the so-called slave of the other tribe. But slavery, the transatlantic slave trade, it produced something unlike any other form of slavery that anyone ever seen. Mm-hmm. Because other people, okay, so maybe you didn't get paid for your wages, and maybe you had a boss that you didn't like, and you had to do some work you didn't want to do. But even the Imam said, even the children of Israel, they knew who they were. Right. They knew that was taken away from us. Right. And the real slavery is not tying me to a particular land or making me work or do something. The real slavery is to give me the image of a man as God. That's right. Right. And that man looks like the one that is my oppressor. That's right. Right. That's right. That was which has enslaved the world. Right. Huh? So when you when you say slave, and I've been on panels with some professors, they didn't want to accept it. But brother Imam, you know, I can't argue with with religion. I say, I'm not talking religion now, I'm talking history. Huh? Well, because you have a certain religious. And I said, no, I'm giving it to you from the Bible, from the misreading of the Bible, because the reason why the Muslims, and it wasn't that it was a majority of us, but a significant percentage of us that were brought from Africa were Muslim, is because we were specifically targeted, because we were considered to be heathens. See, that's a word that my grandmother used to use, heathen. Oh, them Negroes, them Negro, them heathens out there, man, there ain't no telling what them heathens might be doing. And you know, Aunt Esther, she used to call Fred that, right? The old heathen. That meant he wasn't a church man. He was drinking liquor and chasing women. No, he ain't nothing but a heathen, right? And you know, talking about Muhammad Ali, I remember being in Catholic school and a young boy, and the nuns, asking us when Ali was getting ready to fight Floyd Patterson. Floyd Patterson was a Catholic, and Ali was a Muslim. She said, pray for the Christian against the heathen. That's what she called him. Called Muhammad Ali a heathen. So, you know, I told you my father was in the boxing business, so I came home and I said, Daddy, what do you think about that? They told us to pray for Floyd Patterson. My father said, well, they better pray for him. They can pray all they want. But he gonna whip his you know what. So, you know, it came from Noah and the sons of Noah. See, the Quran doesn't portray the prophets in that negative light as the Bible, that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad called a poisonous book, right? So it says that Noah got drunk and passed out naked. And he had 3 sons. And you know, the self-righteous son, he looked at his father, I can't stand to look at him. And the foolish one, that's supposed to be us, Ham, right? They call us Hamitic people, looked at the father and laughed. It's like a stupid Negro would do, right? But that wasn't us. They said that was us. And the righteous son, he took and covered his father up. So because of that foolishness that they claim is on our part, that we were cursed. And now that curse is upon his offspring, which is us, and that we would be choppers of wood and carriers of water. In other words, slaves. We had to work. So they were justifying our enslavement, because these are people that bringing you on ships called Jesus, the good ship Jesus, right? So how can you call yourself a Christian and treat human beings that way? You have what you call cognitive dissonance. You got 2 opposite thoughts occupying the same mind at the same time. It don't work. It's called confusion. So that's why they couldn't consider us to be human. We weren't human. Thomas Jefferson said that we don't feel pain, we smell, we have a smell, we have an odor, we don't feel grief like other people, etc., etc. But he didn't have no problem running behind Sally Hemings, right? He didn't say that about her. We have been well taught. Allah gave us a leader. More than one. We are very fortunate people. You can say what you want to say about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. But a man that pull you up out of the mud and clean you up and make you respect yourself, respect your woman. He didn't look. Some people they say, "Oh, Daddy," my daughter said, Daddy, you don't believe in the 12 steps." I said, "Look, anything that you can do to clean yourself up, do it. But what I'm saying is, it don't take 12 steps. If you need 12 steps, whatever you say, oh, good. I see you ain't drinking no more, and you ain't drugging no more. Alhamdulillah. What it don't take, that ain't don't, because see, what they try to do, they want to define your existence by a behavior. Because you did something, and they say, Oh,